So we've had some very positive engagement, and we are Democrats, we are politicians, we understand. I'm sure the heated atmosphere you saw prior to the elections will not be seen today. I mean, now, as they will say, Obieng on the smoothest level. You know?
So what are some of the government business that we expect?
Well, I would read them on the House floor.
Honorable, the sentiment among everybody is, you said you were not going to the minorities because it's not spiritually good. Now that you are going to the other side, if you are made a majority minority, that will sit on the other side.
Understand what I say in context. I remain the leader of government business and majority leader till the 6th of January 2025. I said that it was inappropriate for me to go and sit on the minority bench when I was on the minority leader. If on the 7th of January I am the minority leader, I will sit on the minority bench and keep their feet to the fire. I mean, life continues. Listen, in 1997, MPP came into the parliament of the second parliament with 61 seats. NDC almost had a 2/3. They had over 130 seats. We had just 61, with other small parties joining us, making 67. But the 97 group was very formidable. And in 2000, we managed to overtake them in numbers. In 2004, again, we led the House in the 3rd Parliament. In the 4th Parliament, they took over. In the 5th Parliament, they still control the House. In the 6th Parliament, we had a commanding majority of 169, which was very unprecedented, with over 1 million votes for the presidential candidate Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. In 2020 election, again we had a split parliament, where people say hung parliament, with just a single majority which I lead. Then we had over 500,000 votes for our presidential candidate, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Now come 2024, where they have over 170 seats. C'est la vie. That is life. That is democracy. All right? We congratulate them. The people of Ghana have heard them. They've given them the mandate. Our job in opposition is to do what we're supposed to do, keep their feet to the fire. So this is not something that has to be celebrated in perpetuity. They would have to be magnanimous in victory as we see the next 4 years. We are very positive that come 2028, Ghanaians will return us into office. We are going to take stock, look at where we got it wrong, correct our mistakes, come together as a team, as a formidable opposition, as a formidable minority, not to be disruptive, no violence, no chaos, but to act within the confines of the law, argue on issues, and distinguish ourselves for the people of Ghana to know that this is MPP. We believe in democracy and we accept the result. Safe to say that some outstanding areas that our friends are doing mischief, acting in bad faith, we call on them to appreciate what it entails to engage in this process and allow the EC to do its work. We have 9 more seats that are yet to be declared, and we are very optimistic that if collation is done peacefully in a serene environment, those seats are ours. We have collated our results, and we know we have won them. And please, let me finish. And we know that what our flag bearer did is what has given this country the peace it needs. For the first time in the history of Ghana's democracy, Dr. Bawumia conceded through internal collation, even before Electoral Commission came out publicly to declare. This has never happened in our history. Thank you very much.
The crowd, the other bay, and a veteran. So, absolute majority, we absolute majority, the Dinka and say, on mine who are doing in a constitution. The constitution more council to me, over to me. The constitution more kind. Bakupekura Opeja, God be so. Sana Ghana for Atono. And you mean America say, Yana Zenye. Sana Ghana for Atono. Lobeka, they are fractals and make kind say. Parliamentary Bohotarian, I'm why. Yen to me, and yes, she were your dreams and much a bit of. Today, Ghana for better a man or a woman at the door. In a way, the same thing. The mouth the door for Yejuma. So, quite chick of 7th Parliament, 2017 to 2021. What who said, Ghana for the May. That time they 169. Correct. Emra ye in that period, no, even see that. So, enti me gidi sebia, eno beboa on mine ye dwumam. And Chirese Sebe, a dom good woman camasem. A toaba and our beluso. Nemum, I was so to present who say we alternative and a better alternative. And we are totally different from voting. Voting there, they don't do not do economy. Nemum, much wajune there. It's always room for Bia Obezo Chirwajunibia.
And Nemukona, a Janin Senifaso, I occupy that. The Binkum Sombefanesa.
Into me occupied. And there's a judge's answer to Suprabio. They go fast by. Any the rule say will be because we could jina or in Tino, we're free Russia bedroom. Supreme Court so Obwa. One MPP for NDC for any one more Kujina Mono. We bit Magasomia MP for Bill. Said the irrespective rule is our bread. And it's a wound to me Casadia. Sasa mmemupio.
Say Panisa,
a bassa nipa obey the Sabano. One of us or say Parliament. So, person said, dear, you be one of me.
4 years, we can confidently tell Ghanaians that they will not be able to do it. A new patriotic party would take over the realms of this country and save our country from the hands of the people that they think they can do it. Let's appreciate the fact that Ghanaians have the thought of 8-year mandate, and it's something have come to stay. So regardless of whatever you do, what did John Ejiofor didn't do for this country? I mean, Nana Akufo-Addo, what has it been done? But it's 8 years, and Ghanaians believe it's 8 years.
Right.
And that's what they are thinking. As a party, we will go and sit back, go through whatever has happened, do a proper introspective, and then come back and see where we went wrong.
Yes, of course. We are coming to Parliament with the NDCs having almost about 2/3 majority. And it's not everybody that is new. But again, the professor was once in +1 before he or she became a professor. So, yes, there are quite some new ones who are coming to Parliament on the side of, now you can say, minority. But I believe that those of us who are out or outgoing will be there to lend a helping hand to them. And don't forget, we used to have the famous 67 many years ago when the president then was an MP. So it's about a very good parliamentary group, not necessarily making in the plenary, their voices may not be heard, but it's about putting government on its toes, right, to make sure that indeed they go by what they have said, the promises that they've made, and all the policies that they are likely to, for that matter, introduce. So it's not an all dead end of the road, but rather I think this is a fine opportunity for our MPs to try and do their best.
Right. Now, how shocking do you find the numbers, what the NDC got, what MPP got?
Oh, I don't think that we will have to do some politics with it. They have won, and then it's decisive. That's it. I mean, you go to an elections, it's like going to stake lotto. You win or you lose. Right. In every circumstances, you have to thank God that you've won or you've lost. But it's a matter of going back to do your reorganization, do your reforms, and then come back stronger.
For us, we are the next government. We are not going to obstruct anything that would support government business. Anything that's in the interest of the Ghanaian people, we would support it. Anything that we think needs to wait for the next government, we'll have to wait for the next government. But the things that need to keep the government running and machinery running until John Mahama is sworn in on the 7th of January, we will not oppose. It's not about passing everything that is brought because it's been brought by government. We need to scrutinize the necessity and prudence of fulfilling it. So we would look at it, and then decide on a case-by-case basis. So if it's in the interest of the Ghanaian people, we will support it. If it's something that the next government needs to take care of, it will have to wait for the next government. In fact, I told some of your members of the parliamentary press corps, as far back as 2021, that in 2025 we will have a super majority in Parliament. And the Wednesday before the election, I went to Pink FM. I went to Kaswa, to Senya East, I think, Kaswa, to campaign for Nakoyo, and I did a media engagement. And I told them in Pink FM that the NDC was going to get a super majority, how Akumsin was going to lose. I mentioned a number of MPs who will lose. It's work we've done. We've worked for 4 years, and God has crowned our effort. I mean, this is God's work. It's God's hand. And for me, it humbles me as a member of the NDC and a member of the next government to understand the fact that we need to work to meet the aspirations of the Ghanaian people. You mess with the Ghanaian people, they will discipline you. The NPP was going to go into opposition, and I was going to reflect in the elections. It has reflected in the elections. I'm not going to get into the issue of sloganeering and breaking the head and all of that. We have a 4-year mandate from the Ghanaian people. I have respect for the Ghanaian people. I believe that we would work to the admiration and pleasure of the Ghanaian people over the next 4 years. And every 4 years when we go back to the Ghanaian people, we would account for our stewardship. The Ghanaian people would renew our mandate. And so, like I said to you, I told you that the next time Parliament of Ghana would meet, there would be a clear distinction on the NDC being a supermajority. 188 seats is unprecedented. I mean, even me, I didn't expect 188. I was thinking about 165 seats. And now we have over 188 and counting. And for me, that is the hand of God, and that's the voice of the Ghanaian people we must respect. It's going to take some time for us to reset the system. A reset takes time. When you're resetting your phone, it doesn't just reset immediately. It boots and takes time before it resets and installs whatever you need to. So we're committed to it, but I believe that what the next government, John Mahama government, must do is to constantly inform the people the steps that are being taken. We need to be open and transparent with our government, show respect to the people, and let them know that these are the steps we're taking, these are the measures we're putting in place. These are the timelines to see the effect of what it is and report periodically to the people. Look, we need to run an open, transparent, honest government. And I believe that the Ghanaian people would see the work we're putting in to reset us and will continue the NDC in government to continue the good work.
I mean, there were instances in my constituency, for example, hardly would you find anybody wearing MPP shirt. When a government is a party in government is losing elections, you tell it is not attractive. Now, in the trotro buses, chop bars and everywhere, everybody was yearning for change. So now, say change. If you go and read in literature, time the parliament, the weakest happened under President before. Go and read the scholars or more verdict on how Parliament carried its business. It happened under the MPP under President before. 2004 to 2008 has been described as the time when we had the weakest in Parliament. In fact, the likes of Professor Nensin, Professor Suman Johnson, if you study them and understand them, they don't even belong to NDC. They are aligned with the NPP as a political ideology. They describe the Parliament as a rubber stamp. But if you study when the Parliament has been stronger, they happened under the NDC. In 2000, in the CIF Parliament, now you were majority. But Parliament didn't just rule on the people of this country. If you observe what happened between 2013 to 2016, of course, with the numbers we have, there are a lot of things we can do. But must we do them if they do not inure to the benefit of the people of this country? So one, as an NDC person, but two, as a scholar, and three, as a Ghanaian. I think that it is of tremendous interest for me to ensure that we defend the independence of the legislature. President Mahama has demonstrated that time beyond number. Now, so he had indicated that he wouldn't just want us to just carry everything through. We need to build consensus. The people of this country gave us the mandate. They gave us the mandate not to abuse that mandate. They gave us the mandate to ensure that it is used for the benefit of the people of this country. And that is exactly what we're going to do.